Hello, 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 welcome back. This is Ahmed Rashid, aka Bounty Hunter SAX, bringing you a let's play, I suppose, of not Dungeon Crawl this week, but a different game, Drainstorm.
Drainstorm!
Drainstorm, indeed.
Indeed!
Indeed, sir. Drainstorm is the first roguelike I ever played, though it only loosely qualifies as a roguelike. It has a save feature and a load feature, and it's a much simpler game in many ways. But it's also really entertaining, which is great. Also, I have decided to switch it up a little bit, and I'm actually going to be doing a dual commentary with a friend of mine. Want to introduce yourself?
Ooh, who are you going to do it with?
I thought a friend of mine. Yeah.
Oh, me! Hi, everybody! Hey, everybody. My name is Tom, or Magnus17, son of Ahmed. Hello!
Hey. So, refresh my memory. Have you played Drainstorm, or is this your first time
I have
seeing
played it once, but not having a number pad means that I could not play it very well.
That's right, so you didn't get very far. Well, I've played this in the past, like I alluded to, and because it has a save and load feature, I did eventually just beat the game, but that's been a while, so I'm a little bit rusty, but I do know my game. One of the first things that made me like this game, like, right off the bat, was just its own, how it takes itself not seriously at all, and its sense of humor. I'm actually going to pull up the introduction just so y'all can see. But yeah.
In the murky chambers beneath your shower tray. Yeah.
An army of gruesome invaders is mobilizing. Their evil plan to take over the shower, then the whole bathroom, then the entire galaxy. Lord knows there's no steps in between these objectives. But at any rate, it's got. I'll go ahead and actually just start up a game, and right off the bat, you see it's got these difficulties: beginner through drain death guaranteed. I'll just play intermediate. One of my complaints with the game actually is that drain death guaranteed isn't so much fair difficulty as bullshit difficulty. But hey, at least they included the options. And it's the game is
difficulty how?
Spawning hundreds of enemies when you can't possibly handle them, that kind of thing. Not giving the resources to handle challenges that occur. Things that make you want to cheat.
Like a roguelike.
No, nothing like roguelikes. Roguelikes are always completely fair and never would challenge a user in any unfair way.
How could I possibly have forgotten that?
Like a bad roguelike would be more accurate. By the way, just so you're all aware, we're not actually in the same place as I'm recording this. You're, I think...
Time delay!
Indeed. I think you're half the world away from me, is it?
I am either 13 or 14 time zones off from you, so... a little over or a little under the halfway around the world.
I see.
Depending on daylight savings time.
So yeah, forgive any little bit of lag that comes up.
Inconsistencies! But
as you guys probably can see off the bat, got your standard roguelike mechanics, turn-based, tile-based, moving around, using items. I got some bronze keys, so I'll be able to fire them at this treasure chest. And actually, if you'll just notice the animation right now, when I hold to use my items, he raises his gun to use the items, which normally makes sense. I find it hilarious that he does it even when using a key.
Wow, I also like how the top of the treasure chest just sort of lifts off like a rocket.
Yes, it disappears into oblivion.
Yes, and of course the box disappears because nobody cares.
Of course, I mean, we opened the box, why would it stay?
Yes.
So, I've only shown you thus far the bubbles, which are kind of my main weapon. I do have other weapons, though. One of them is the mine. And what the mine does, it stays planted, and if an enemy steps on it, usually stupid enemies walk right on top of it. These guys aren't that stupid, they literally all just walk
all of them are doing right now, yes.
They all walked around it, except the one guy who was dumb.
That is foolproof.
And just set off that explosion all around, which killed them all. Damn it! Okay. I already fired a bubble in the wrong direction and lost a life. If you get hit in this game, you lose a life. You have a limited number of lives, and then you just die. There's no hit points, but lives act.
Do you get any back?
You can find lives as like special drops and the like, but they're rare. I think having 6 to 7 lives overall is kind of like a normal mid-game number of lives to have.
Okay.
And that's assuming you're good enough to... Shit. I'm not having a good day. My bubbles can only shoot like 1 per turn, right? So if I were to shoot at the guy above and to the left of me, the guy below to the left of me would smack me, and vice versa. So what I'm going to do is back away from them and force them to group up. Oh, okay, cool. One of them didn't chase properly, so now they're all bubbled.
Hooray for buggy AI. So I have nothing to add. With that. So bubbles.
Indeed.
Really?
Your primary.
Do they ever unbubble?
No. Once you bubble an enemy, they stay that way. And while the sewer squid trapped in a bubble, while the bubbles themselves act as a destructible rock, like these guys, so you can make like defensive walls by bubbling off lots of enemies, which actually is a valid strategy at times, depending on where you are and what's going on. But no, they can't unbubble. The bubbles that they are within can be shattered by an explosion or by anything that can destroy a breakable rock, basically.
I would think bubbles are susceptible to explosive devices. I'm glad to see this game has some reasonable physics that is reliable.
You must use bombs to destroy bubbles. You cannot use bubbles to destroy bubbles. That doesn't work. And you can't just
I would think the pointy parts of the mines would even pop the bubbles, but of course I'm not an explosives expert.
No, you kind of need to.
Bubbling expert.
You kind of need to walk right into them.
Ooh, bulldozers.
So our second enemy of the game comes on right on schedule. Sewer squids are dumb, and I don't just mean dumb like in terms of their damage or their movement. No, like their AI is set up so that they're dumb.
They're very dumb. They don't walk directly onto mines. It's incredibly dumb.
No,
I completely agree with you.
But you'll notice that he actually did walk directly onto a mine in the end, because it did trigger. So while they do have like some basic self-preservation, their behavior is overall very look, he didn't dodge that bubble that was 3 squares away. He walked right back onto it. This is an intentional. This is intentional on the part in part in this game because there are smarter monsters that will do more to avoid you and avoid your attacks. There are also monsters that are immune to bubbles. So for them, you have to use higher level weaponry.
And I'm assuming that everything except for bubbles you have an ammo count for, because it looks like...
That's right. Bubbles are your only infinite weapon. Oh yay, at some point I picked this up and forgot. So the triple bubbler basically makes the original bubbler obsolete because... Triple the bubbles, baby!
Because once you get the big bubble ones, nobody cares about the little ones.
You ever seen
bubble
those...
ones to the rescue!
You ever see those gigantic bubbles, like the kind that are the size of people and such? That's kind of what I imagined this to be.
Yes.
A bubble large enough to entrap a squid.
Isn't that what the single bubbler does as well?
Yes, but now we have 3 of them!
Ooh, cookies!
Oh, I did not even notice I had those yet. So
do you want to save that for a later date, or...?
Before I forget to explain, the bulldozer can destroy destructible rocks, and it has a random chance to do so, like when it's adjacent to them.
So if it's walking along a wall, every once in a while it will turn to the right, punch it, and then just keep walking?
Pretty much.
That seems a little destructive.
More often, if you are between it and if a wall is between you and it, it will often just meander for a turn or two, and then pop the wall. Even a wall of bubbled enemies, which is where you see it happen the most often. Also, if you're using a decoy to like lure enemies onto it, it can destroy the decoy in the same manner.
Decoys, I'm assuming, just draw enemies to a fake cube.
Yep, it's a static thingy that just is a decoy.
Simple enough.
I'm not explaining this well. Cookies. Fortune cookies are this game's version of an FAQ or hints and such. So like you shoot in order to read them. And fortune cookie says, smart card carriers are permitted into the power plant, which means absolutely nothing. But there you have it. The key to the moon lies in the maze, which of course makes me want to know what is the moon, what is the maze, and why the hell do I need a key for either?
The moon is the connecting spot between the bathroom and the entire galaxy.
Oh my god, it all makes sense. So once they've conquered your bathroom and shower, they can immediately take over the moon?
Yes.
God, they're sneaky bastards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Gold or money or torches? I can't tell.
Treasure. The game couldn't be bothered to explain what kind. I would go with gold, probably.
Gold.
Actually,
is there money or is this just ammo, as represented by gold bars?
There is no gold. There's no money in this game. Everything that you get that's valuable is an item of some kind. And apparently I got hit at some point and didn't even notice. Nope, never mind. Just my life's grayed out for some reason. Graphical glitch. So notice that my situation here is really tight because I'm bubbling successfully, but I'm also blocking myself in from ever reaching the generator that I'm trying to reach.
Now, do you have to destroy the generators? Do you ever come back through these floors, like in Crawl, when you have to exit the dungeon?
No, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. So there's no obligation in any way to destroy generators, at least not in these early areas of the sewer. Mm-hmm. Later on, you'll get to like named areas and persistent areas. There is map persistency. If I go back upstairs, everything I left behind remains. But to win the game, you merely have to defeat the final boss, so you never have to come back up.
Oh.
So really, I just clear stages out of force of habit, and there's no experience to be gained either. Really, it's all items here.
I was thinking, it doesn't look like you have a level up system.
Nope.
For your tiny toilet tank.
And at this point, I've picked up every item thus far except that piece of treasure, which frankly isn't worth the hassle to reach anymore, so I'm just gonna give up and go down the floor. But yeah, situation like this, I could fire a bomb at that generator from here and theoretically hit it. In practice, very often it will be intercepted by an enemy generated from there, but I got lucky this time.
Nope. As per usual, the squid's flawless AI saves the day.
It dodged the bomb, which caused the generator to blow up.
Aha! You will not defeat us that easily by hurling bombs from 30 squares away. Oh, wait.
Conceptually also hilarious. Hi, I'm a toilet probe, and I chuck bombs in random directions.
I have to admit, that's got quite a bit to it.
I started this game with 6 bombs. I have 93 now. It's carnage, bloody fucking carnage.
Yeah, is there really ever a worry about ammunition in this game, or do you always have what you need?
So, good question. In terms of bombs, especially if you play like I do, which is, somewhat conservative, you don't use them like candy, you'll pretty much always have a fair supply of bombs. I say fair, not excellent. Mine's similar story. Everything else, no. You kind of want to make sure you keep the good stuff. Burrow bombs, which are basically an ordinary bomb that never gets destroyed. It keeps going through anything that can be destroyed by a bomb until eventually
exploding every single step of the way.
Yeah, basically. So if I were to fire a burrow bomb from this position down, it would proceed in a straight line all the way down, potentially kill all these guys, hit the treasure chest, and go all the way off the board. Or if I were to fire it from here, it would definitely hit that generator. However, there are things that need more oomph than just a bomb to destroy, and they can stop it, obviously. Useful in situations where you really need to tunnel through things and are constantly being blocked.
Sensible.
Oh crap! I
Down to 1.
was not paying
I
attention.
wonder if we're gonna wake to the stopping point. Psst, by the way, this is not our first recording. Technical difficulties.
Fuck. I almost want to restart because losing 2 lives before I've even come to the main city is kind of much and unnecessary. Lives are valuable and don't want to waste them on stupid losses. Notice how, by the way, the bulldozer was able to open this brick wall so that they all got out. That's how they were able to get out. So that's the kind of thing that bulldozers can do for them. Oh, we have a new enemy. The sewer demon was a lieutenant of Gorloth. Gorloth being the name of the uber bad guy.
Boss.
He has good AI, so if I were to fire a bomb at him, he would walk out of the way. He wouldn't let it hit him. And he cannot be hit by bubbles. He is immune to bubbles. Which actually, now that I say it out loud, sounds pretty retarded. I am a lieutenant of Gorloth, but I am not immune to bubbles. But of course a single bomb...
he is or is not immune?
He is. A single bomb will take him out, which is great. Damn. Must not have been paying attention there, and I died. Wow, that's just embarrassing.
Yay!
Yeah, what happened there is
thanks for coming, everyone.
I fired a bomb at this guy, and this guy was there, and I didn't realize it because he looked like a bubble, but apparently he wasn't a bubble. Definitely an embarrassing way for my first run to end, and Gorloth appropriately taunts me. You showed some skill, but he isn't overly concerned. Keep trying. Yeah. Yay for high scores. Okay, I'm gonna stop
the high scoreboard.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna stop the recording right now.
Okay.